Finland is part of the WRC in some way this year.
So those are our lineups then, and let's get cracking with the first one, shall we? Raul Badu against Sami Matti Trogan. This could be a particularly tasty one. Raul has already tasted success with us in eSports, and Sami Matti has quite the learning behind him, doesn't he? You know a little bit more about him maybe than I do. I've been looking at Sami Matti's stuff, and behind the wheel in not only eSports but in real life as well. For such a young age, he's got quite a bit behind him so far.
Absolutely, Bex. He's got such a versatile background in motorsport. I'm not really sure there's a young driver quite like him. He's experienced on circuit racing, rallycross, rallying, and he's an accomplished esports driver. Raul is an accomplished rally driver and has proved himself to be a good esports driver, but Sami Matti is the whole package.
He absolutely is, and I think like many drivers as well, started in karting. So many of them do, don't they? It's rare to find a driver these days that hasn't started that way. Sami Matti's looking particularly good so far here on our side-by-side comparison. Bit of two-wheel action there.
Yeah, no, it's great stuff. He looks like he's just on the edge. He knows exactly where the limit is. Raul, just a bit shaky, is snaking about in some corners. Sami Matti's confident here, Bex.
He is looking very confident. Yeah, Raul was just a little bit ragged back there, but he seems to have got his mojo back.
And here we go, Sami Matti flying over some, well, it was a small jump. It looked a lot bigger on approach, but I love watching the guys fly over these jumps. Even if they are virtual, they're still excited to see.
You can tell he's got a good bit ahead now with Raul, so it is a really confident run so far from Trogan against Badu. I'm a little bit disappointed by Badu's background. Last time we saw him, wasn't he in his wife's beauty salon?
Yeah, maybe the beauty salon's back in business now, Beck, so he's been relegated to an office. So it's good to hear in some ways, but you know, I liked the beauty salon background with the vanity panel. It was a nice touch, I thought, for an esports racer.
Yeah, definitely. You can certainly tell, obviously we can't see what Raul is looking at, but you look at the screens, the surround that Sami Matti has completely different.
Yeah, definitely. I know that Raul uses his laptop. He has a gaming laptop, so he can actually take it with him wherever he goes. I'm a little bit jealous, I won't lie, but like I say, Sami Matti has pulled some gap now on Raul.
He really has.
I'm quite surprised Raul is this far back. I don't need to take anything away from Raul, but Sami Matti is on a flyer.
How much has Sami Matti been practicing this stage? Be interesting to find out the differences with regard to that, but yeah, I mean, he's way ahead. This could be quite a big gap come the flying finish of this stage. Sami Matti, massively impressive so far.
Oh, I just got excited then, I'm sorry. That's all that was for, flying over the jumps. But when you look at both drivers, the input in the steering wheel, they look fairly relaxed. Sami Matti is wrestling a little bit with the car, but there's no major drama there. They don't look like they're fighting tooth and nail to keep the car in a straight line. So we've got Sami Matti over the line now, Bex.
Yeah, and look at the gap. Look at the gap. We're still waiting for Raul to finish the stage.
God, by some ways, Raul looks like he's
this
almost...
is almost 10 seconds, the gap that it'll be at the end. There's the flying. Let's see how much that difference is.
3:26.4. Could have been better. I had a few mistakes here and there, but I'm pleased with my first ever WRC run.
Wow.
Ooh, that is quite some margin from Sami Matti, who is now, after that performance, surely going to be a favourite going through to the next stages. Let's crack on with another quarter-final. I'm liking the look at this one. You just saw the name of Mika Salo there, who is a legend in all things cars. He's done so much. Formula One, I'm sure, will be top of the list there. This man has competed on so many incredible events around the world with regard to circuit racing. And he's up against Estonian driver Roland Korn, who has been with us, of course, on the eSports WRC trail before. But wow, it's quite a thrill watching Mika Salo tackle a rally stage, Seb.
Oh, absolutely. For me, it's quite a personal highlight to be actually putting my voice to this, Bex, because 6-year-old Seb Scott playing F1 99, way back in 1999, used to use Mika Salo in the Ferrari. So this is quite surreal for me right now, but I don't know what's going through Roland Palm's mind as well. going against a Formula 1 driver at eSports. This is incredible.
It is incredible, but what a career Salo has had. And I'm kind of delighted to see him, even if it is in the virtual world behind the wheel of a rally car here. Really keen to see how he does now against Roland, who's, as ever, Seb, we talked about the others looking relaxed, looking calm and confident. He certainly is here. But he's very much used to this now. I mean, the boys have just been spending so much time in the virtual world during lockdown.
Yeah, absolutely. John Armstrong, a former eSports WRC champion and junior WRC driver, has been, really explaining why eSports can help with basically muscle memory and reflexes.
A little bit offline there from Salo. Very offline. It's a little bit pinball wizard there.
Yeah, maybe the muscle memory isn't quite so good for Mika Salo, but I think we can let him off, Bex. I think purely having Mika in this is just incredible, to say the least. Absolute credit to the Rally Finland organisers for getting Mika on board, and it's just incredible to see. So I'm still in awe, Bex.
Well, you continue to be in awe then. Roland's having a pretty good run by the looks of things here. And Mika was as well, apart from that pinball incident where he just went offline one way and then onto the other side of the road.
Roland is looking, I'm going to use this word, and I don't use this word lightly, supreme. And then I've just jinxed him. Just a small bobble there coming out of the corner, but Roland's looking smooth. He looks well drilled, Bex, but like you say, the guys have been on it throughout all of lockdown. So.
Yeah, they certainly have. Practice makes perfect, and this is what these guys do, and this is what you'll find in the main eSports Championship, which runs the whole year. Practice, practice, practice. That's what makes perfect at the end of the day.
Yeah,
and I'm sure Mr. Salo would have had maybe a few goes as practice, but when he sees his time after this, maybe he'll be having a few more goes to perfect it, because they are competitors at heart.
It's strangely addictive though, Bex. I know you've got the game, but I've got it. I won't really brag too much about my ability, but there's still, even when you're terrible, you still want to have another go and another go to just push yourself and get better and better. And these guys are elite athletes, so they've got that urge even more than us.
Absolutely, they have. But you do, I've got the game. I'm not gonna brag about my ability on it, which I don't think you can even use the word ability for my level. Okay, that is Roland through, and it's quite a distance till Mika completes.
Hi, I'm Mika Salo. Just did my best with the rally car. Not good.
Well, it wasn't that bad either, Mika. Come on, give some credit to yourself. A 328 against a 322 then. And it's our Estonian driver who heads through to the next shootout. Now, more fantastic eSports goodness to come your way. Motorsport's Greats Showdown. In a vascular, when the rally should have been running, we will have a full-on eSports challenge for you. That is going to be very exciting. More on that to follow across all the social networks, of course, but now let's pop back into our quarterfinals. And it's Laura Juna against Esa-Pekka Lappi. It's a finish head-to-head.
Absolutely, and it's almost two drivers at two different ends of the rallying spectrum. Lowry just starting his way on WRC, and EP this year moving to the M Sport Ford World Rally team. I'm looking forward to this one. This is going to be fun, I think.
I'm Esa-Pekka Lappi, and I'm about to start the Rally Finland stage. I've never done the stage before, so let's see how it goes.
Well, let's see how it goes. EP sporting a lockdown haircut there, I think.
Yeah, the long blonde locks are certainly flowing, and an admission that he might not be as well prepared as he wants to here, Bex, but I think EP is really just embracing this for the fans as much as for himself. He knows there are a lot of hungry Finnish rally fans out there that just want to see the guys in action somehow on Rally Finland weekend.
And that is exactly what we're doing, and I love the fact that we are going head-to-head with these guys. So we've got Juna, and I just love have a look, when you're not looking at the stage itself, looking at his little inset there with his shoes off behind the seat, so barefooted on the pedals.
Who said Crocs weren't cool?
Now, Yuna's had a, like you said, other end of the spectrum in the junior world, but some great success at the start of the year for him competing at home in Finland before he came to Rally Sweden. And he was right up there, wasn't he? But he had a puncture during the event, dropped him down.
Yeah, stage 16, he was running third, and stage 16, the last stage of the rally in Sweden for juniors, and he got a puncture and he ended up ninth, scoring only 2 points. So it was heartbreaking, really, because he would have been the only Finn on the podium. But you know, these are rally drivers. They take it on the chin and then they move forward. Lowry is a proven junior talent. He's proved it already this year. So he'll be bouncing back, surely.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. I know he's going to be concentrating on rallying at home for the rest of the season. He's looking pretty good here against EP. EP's admission, though, right at the start, he hasn't done this stage before.
Has he not, Bex? Oh, just jinxed him. I was going to say, he was looking, considering he'd never driven this stage before, he was looking pretty good. But Lowry's got it nailed. There's no other way of putting it.
I mean, yeah, it is. You can tell Lowry's just past the house, and here we go with the house for EP.
The house for EP. That sounds like an album.
It could be. It could be. It's not an album EP's going to want to be playing after this, though. Let me tell you. You can guarantee that he will be hard on the practicing. We're really looking forward, obviously, to seeing all these guys back in action in the flesh, which we will do at this year's Rally Estonia, WRC Rally Estonia, which will kick off the return of the WRC in 2020 in September. But before that, they are competing head-to-head on WRC 8 here in the eSports world.
Absolutely. And they say there's no competition like real competition. I love this virtual rallying because it takes the element of fear out, so the guys will push to the absolute limit to just get every inch, every millisecond from each other. And EP's, I think he's bought into it by the looks of things, Bex, already.
I think he has. He's got quite a setup there, though. I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah, I mean, a World Rally car driver, Bex, he should have a wheel and a seat, surely, at home. Oh, mistake from Lowry there.
Yeah, Yuna very much offline, but it's right at the end, so it really doesn't matter. Look at this gap. EP making sure he's using all of the road.
It's the best way to go sometimes.
Okay, 319 against a 328. So Yuna goes through.
Wow. What
a run from him against EP. I'm sure we'll see a little bit of a rematch of that in the future at some point. On to quarterfinal 4 then. Marco Balasia and Sami Pajari. This is going to be a good battle because Marco's got some serious credentials in the esports world. But how is our junior driver going to shape up in Pajari, Seb?
Do you know what, Bex? I am quietly confident in Sami Pajari. He's young and he's determined. I think he's proven that already, and I've got a feeling he's going to give Marquito a run for his money here. A two-wheeled moment already from Sami.
They're looking pretty even right now. They're very, very evenly matched, which means this is going to be a close contest for us, which is all the better. We like that, of course.
Absolutely. Sami seems to be throwing this car about. He's not treating it kindly, is he?
That's a heck of a jump at the start of this stage as well for them.
Yeah.
But I'd say advantage Sami right now.
Yeah, I tend to agree. He's using every inch of road available. He seems quite confident in the corners. He's hugging the insides to get maximum effort coming out. It's impressive stuff by Sami.
It really is so far. But then, he has pedigree as well. He is one of the AKK's flying Finns on their fabulous program that has churned out so many stars along the years. Oh, Sami, not when I'm bigging you up. No. This is not how you react when someone's telling everyone else how great you are.
Oh, commentators curse or what? So I think this has given Marquito the lead now.
Well, slight advantage because Marquito was really ragged there, wasn't he? Just offline.
Yeah, I think they're basically neck and neck again, Bex. This is close.
Sami is absolutely wringing the neck out of this one. He's made quite a big mistake, but he's managed miraculously to get it back because Marquito has not been quite as smooth as we're used to seeing him. There have been a few mistakes here.
Yeah, I've been surprised. It just looks a bit...
Sami's
There's no
version
finesse.
looks as if it's sped up, actually. It isn't, guys. It isn't. We can promise you that. It just looks sped up because he's
just on a mission.
He really is on a mission.
I can tell you now, M Sport will be relieved that this is a virtual Fiesta and not a real life one, as he's throwing this car about. There's going to be some damaged bodywork, I'm sure, the amount of little scuffs and scrapes that he's had.
He doesn't care about that. He just cares about the time at the end of it. We all do, quite frankly. Can Marquito get him back, though? Because we saw that with Balasia on a few runs before, didn't we? Obviously, he had major success in the Argentina shootout. But there were so many times where we thought, that's it, it's over him, and all of a sudden he would be back in the lead again, even after multiple mistakes. So can Balasia actually head Sammy off at the pass here?
Do you know what, Bex? Oh, no!
Oh! I'm not saying any more words at all, okay? Because that is just commentator's curse twice right now.
Do you know what? I was just going to say, I think Marquito's done it again. I think he's called Sammy up, but that's a hefty gap now.
It's gone. There is no way he can make that gap up now. That was quite a big mistake from Marquito, and there are the boards already for Sammy. Oh, that would have been such a neck and neck finish if it wasn't for that mistake from Balasia.
Oh.
So there's the difference then, a 22 to a 28, and it is Sammy that goes through. My goodness, that was a good run to finish off with, though, Seb.
It was a nail biter, and now we have our semi-final decided.
Yeah, we do, and make sure that you join us for that. It's been great so far to see how the drivers have all fitted in, but now we will really have a fantastic battle on our hands. And as I said, more on what's going to be coming up actually in Jyväskylä very, very soon indeed. So make sure you join us for the semi-finals.